My sister has lived with me since she was a teen mom. She has her own little space for her and her kids. It's my house. I own it. My fiance, Amy, moved in, and as my wife, Amy can remodel the home as she likes. Sounds legit. Amy and I have been together for 4 years. My sister has lived with me for 6. My sister and Amy got in this huge argument over ripping out my grass where her kids play and making a garden that will bloom next spring. Amy had discussed this with me and it was agreed on. Because of our different schedules, we forgot about my sister and telling her about the garden. Amy took a few days off from work to meet with the contractors for the initial digging up the yard. This happened while I was at work. My sister made a scene with the contractors and yelled at Amy. Amy told my sister that it's time for her to move out and get on with her own life. I have been supporting her and her kids for too long. A neighbor got involved and called the police, saying Amy wasn't authorized to have the contractors dig up the yard. Sounds like she was, and she's your wife. She basically owns that home too. So the neighbor shouldn't have stepped in. That was uncalled for, and the comment was very uncalled for. Amy was asked to leave the Whoa. She's married to you. She lives there. You said she's your wife. They have no right to do that. Amy was asked to leave the property by the police with an overnight bag. Was a supervised by the police because I was not reachable at work. My sister told me, "Can you believe this B word ripping up the yard like that?" Ooh, that's not okay. That's not okay at all. Wow. My blood's boiling reading this for you. I had to leave work and take my hour commute home to deal with my sister. I told her it's time for her to move out and she should have never been involved with the garden. It wasn't her place. It's not her. I can't say that word. It's not her home. My sister was complaining that her boys love to play in that patch of grass, and she can't believe I would make changes to her play around area without consulting her. He doesn't have to, it's his home. Amy is peed off at my sister and the neighbor. I I I understand. I understand. Um I am all about forgiveness, but I get being frustrated. That would frustrate me too. The neighbor tried to apologize, but I had to tell the neighbor there is no more coming over because she will be trespassed, and she had no business calling the police and making the situation worse. The neighbor explained she didn't know Amy was authorized to make those changes, and I told the neighbor to too bad. She's banned from the property even though she's friends with my sister and their kids play together. I told my sister that her and the boys have to go and she needs to be out by the new year or we take legal action on her. My sister keeps crying and apologizing but her actions showed Amy what her married life would be like with my sister lived with us and I'm putting my wife first and my sister has to go. Good for you for putting your wife first. You always put your spouse first, always. I mean, there are some situations where yeah, you wouldn't, but from the majority, you do put your spouse first. Edit. There's an edit. Amy and I had talked to a lawyer and we are getting the legal paperwork together for my sister's eviction. Good for you. The lawyer also suggested cameras for the yard and those will be installed next week. I'm sending my sister legal notice of the cameras being installed to cover my butt per the lawyer's request. I do not blame the police for their reaction and neither does Amy. Our destination wedding is upcoming in a few weeks. Wait a minute, I thought you said she is your wife. So she's not your wife yet. But it still doesn't matter. You guys are engaged, you've given her permission. I just assumed that she was your wife already, but it doesn't matter. You're about to be married and you already gave her permission. So yeah. Our destination wedding is upcoming in a few weeks. My sister was not going, because of her relationship with our parents, but the cameras will be installed by then with the legal notice. My sister is not to tamper with the cameras or make any cosmetic changes to the property while we are out of town. Edit. There's another edit. My sister has never paid rent or utilities or any other upkeep of the home. We have made that comes every other week to do basic cleaning because the house gets dirty with the kids. My sister does not have a job, and both Amy and I do watch the boys several nights a week. Wow. Yeah, it sounds like your sister had a pretty good deal there, not having to pay anything, not having to have a job, and you guys watching her kids. I mean, and what does she not buy? She can't buy groceries for herself or her children because she doesn't have a job, you said. That's It's about time that she does, yeah, live on her own, especially if you're about to get married and you want to start your, relationship with you and your wife, not you, your wife, your sister, and her kids. I understand that. And especially after all that, it sounds like it would be way too much uh, conflict, way too much going on, arguments. It would make it a lot harder. So, yeah, I believe you are doing the right thing. I do believe about forgiving. Family is everything. Don't let this destroy you and your sister's relationship. Forgive, but she does need to go. She does need to get a job, find a way to make it on her own with her kids to support herself and her kids. So, yeah, I agree with that decision. I don't know how much my input, is worth, but I do agree with it. Good for you. But again, forgive. Uh, don't let this destroy your relationship with your family. Family does mean everything, everything. And I get your Amy is going to be your family. But the more the merrier. Don't get rid of all of your family, any of them, unless they're just toxic. And it sounds like that was just a misunderstanding, mistake. She did overreact. She did take it way too far. But again, if she's not toxic and it doesn't happen all the time, I would forgive. But yeah, she does need to go and get her own life together. Anyway, until next time, you guys, let me know if y'all have some crazy stories. I'd love to hear them. And yeah, give my input, even though I don't know how much that's worth, but still, let me know. God bless y'all, and until next time.